Welcome everyone. I am Deepan Chakravarti working as an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering in Hindustan College of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore. Now let us see about reading and writing in file using Python. In already video, I have just mentioned about two operations under this. One is about opening and closing a file. Now we are going to see about reading and writing in file using Python. So these are the contents we are going to see under this. So first is about reading a file. There are three methods built in which is already available inside Python about read, readline, and readlines. And we are going to see two examples. And the next is about writing onto the file. There are two methods under writing. One is about write and next is write lines. So these are the two methods and we are going to see two examples under that. So the next is about reading from the file. So the reading from the file, there are three methods to read the content which is already existing inside a file with the help of a file handler or file pointer. There are three methods which can be used along with that. First one is file handle dot read of n. N is nothing but the size of the content which we are going to read it from the file. And the next is about the read line, which is going to read one line. And here also I can mention the size n, that is nothing but the number of bytes which is going to read from the file. And the third one is about read handle dot read lines, which is going to return whole number of lines which is present inside the file as a list. So in example, so here I have taken a sample file. The file I have given a name this file as data.txt. So here I have 4 lines into that file. So here I'm going to use a read method along with the size 10. So it will read the first 10 bytes in the file. So read of 10, which is going to read the first 10 bytes, and it is going to pass that to the string1 str1 variable. And the next is about read of 5, which is going to pass the remaining next 5 bytes and from the file, and it is going to pass it to the string2. And next is about read, which is going to read the remaining lines in the content, and which is going to I'm going to print all the three statements. So that first 10 bytes is printed and the next 5 bytes is printed and the remaining content into the file will be printed. So this is the usage of read method. And the next method, read method, just I have changed the line. So when I give this read method without any size specified, it will read the whole content which is exists in the file. So when I just use 10 bytes and the 5 bytes after the first read method, so this will not read anything because all the content which is existing inside the file will be read by the first method itself. The remaining two will print empty. So there is nothing, no content inside the file to read. So this is a just slight variant of the first example. And now we are going to use a second method which is under this reading. So it is about read line, which is going to read one line, one particular line up to the end of that line, and which is going to be printed. So here I'm going to take three variables, that is line 1, line 2, and line 3. So with the help of a file pointer my file, I'm going to read a line. So this is going to read the first line in the content, and next line will be read by the second line 2, and line 3 will read the first 10 bytes in that line. Only first 10 bytes alone will be read. So when I print this, all the three things will be printed. This is about the read line. Next is about read lines. So here I have 4 lines in my file. All the lines will be printed or returned as a list here. So here I'm going to read all the lines and I'm going to print all the lines. So when I print contents, so it will print all the lines which is existing in the sample file. And the next two is about reading the first line and the last line. So when I want to, in a list, when I give just indexed as 0, automatically that will print the first line. And when I just give length of content minus 1, which is going to print the last line in the file. So this is an example to read the first line and last line in the file. And next is about counting number of lines. With the help of a read lines method, I can count the length of the string will get the number of lines which is present inside the text file. So the next is about finding the size of the file, which is nothing but we are going to use a method called read method. Using that, the size, the number of bytes which is present inside the file will be obtained. So I'm just going to print that number of bytes alone. So by that, I'll get the size of the file. So there are three methods under read. One is read, read line, and read lines. Now we are going to get into write. So here I have two methods. As I said, one is write and write line. So this is a method which is used to write the content into the file. So here by using W is the mode to write the content into the text file. So here I'm going to create a text file, that is student.txt, with the mode W. So which with the help of it, using a for loop, I'm going to write three names into my file. So here these are the three names which I'm going to give it as input, and that will be written into the file called student.txt. So when I run the same program again, so automatically, since I have given the access mode as W, the file will be rewritten. So see here, this is how it will be rewritten. When I give the new inputs, automatically the old inputs will be erased and the new input will be updated. So when I run this program again, the new inputs will be updated because the access mode I have mentioned as W. So now I'm going to change the access mode as A, so that already existing content will be added with the new content. So here I have already three names, and now I'm going to add three more names to the file with the help of an access mode A. So this is a program site variation of the previous program with the mode A. And the next is about using write lines. So this write lines, same as read, here also I am going to pass a list of lines into a file so that it will be written into the file. So here I'm going to create a list, and I'm going to get all the elements in the list, and that elements will be written into a file. Okay, so here I'm passing the list as a parameter to this write lines method, so that the content inside the list will be written into the file. So the next is about writing a string as a record to a file. So here I'm going to take an example of a book. So here a book can contain a book number, book name, author, and price. So all the four data should be written for one book. So likewise, I'm going to add three data for three books. So that content will be written into the file called book.txt. So now we are going to see another example to copy down the content which is present in one text file to the other text file. So here, since there are two files used, I have used two file pointers, that is my file 1 and my file 2. So with the help of it, I'm going to copy the content of book.txt to the book.bookbackup.txt. So the content from one file will be transferred to the other file. So just for clarity purpose, I have mentioned one print statement that is copied successfully. So this is about read and write under write operations under files in Python. So under read there are three things. One is about read, read line, and read lines, and about write there are two methods. One is write and write line. Thank you.